I think heartbreak is designed to teach you lessons. I think everything bad that happens to you as a man is designed to teach you lessons. I think that's why God gives them to you. You're never going to be a good man unless you've suffered. Good men have been through a lot of bad things, and you have to realize why she left or why your heart is broken so that you can change certain things and grow. This is why God puts you in jail or allows you to lose a loved one or a heartbreak or a car crash, anything else. If you're an intelligent person and you crash your car, you sit and say, how did this happen? Was I driving too fast? No. Whose fault was it? Well, an amateur will say, it's their fault. They came speeding out at me. But a professional will say, no, they came speeding out at me. Why couldn't I avoid them? Why couldn't I move? Why didn't I see it? Why am I on this road in the first place? Like a professional analyzes everything from a position of what they could do about it, having control over all things. And it's the same with heartbreak. If you ask an amateur why his heart's broken, well, she left me because of blah, blah, and he'll just blame her like a dumbass. She's arrogant. She doesn't listen to me. Her friends convinced her to cheat. She wants this, that, instead of saying, I don't have what it takes to keep her. I don't have what it takes to talk in a way that makes her not want to listen to her friends. I'm not important. So if you self-analyze everything, then everything happens for the same reason. Whether, no matter what bad thing happens to you, including heartbreak, it all happens for the same reason, for you to analyze and get feedback.
I don't know if this is your quote, but I remember it from years back. It's like, if you were richer and more jacked, she wouldn't have left you.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that's usually the case?
Well, I mean, you can use, it's hyperbole, but it's a basic version that you could apply. Yeah, sure. If you were more important and more successful, she was less likely to leave you. That's the truth. The thing about life is you become a better person via feedback. You don't ever become a better person via anything else, especially not practice. People say practice makes perfect, and that's the biggest mistake because it's not true. Because I often get asked, Andrew, how do you speak the way you speak? And I say, well, feedback. And they say, well, you've practiced, right? Well, everyone practices how to talk. There's people who've been alive 30 years longer than me, who've been practicing to speak longer than I have. Who don't speak the way I speak, for example. It's just an example. You have to feedback. You have to watch yourself talk. You have to see where you've made mistakes. You have to see where you say, like a dumbass. You have to remove it consciously. You need feedback to improve. So if a woman left you, that's feedback. Learn the lessons and make sure it doesn't happen again. Or sit and blame her and pretend it's nothing to do with you and then wait for it to happen to you again because it will. That's how life works.
How about we fucking grab our nuts for a change and actually mean what we say? Be a pillar in the community, someone whose word isn't just voices, who stands behind it. That's the guy of responsibility. That's the one you can trust. His word means something. That's a role model right there, guys. That's what you want to be. It's not about how big your fucking bicep is. It's about doing what you say you're gonna fucking do. Seeing it through, man. So those are the things I do, guys, to keep the motivation alive. The other thing I would do is really cut the fat out of your life. Meaning, like a couple years ago, and I did a video blog very similar to this for New Year's resolutions for the members, and you know, like a couple years ago, man, I hit rock bottom. I really did. Everything in my life was just turning upside down, you know, and I really had to step back and really see what I was doing, because you know, every time you point your finger at something and say, oh, it's that fault, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. You know, so the first thing you gotta do to fix something is evaluate yourself, see what's up. You know, do the pros and cons and everything. And when I say the pros and cons and everything, I'm talking about environments and people. Find out who you're associating with. If those people add something to you, if they give you something in return, you know, or is it all just a give and take, meaning like they just take and then you give? That's a bad relationship, man. Get the negative energy out of your fucking life. These people that you're around, they're always complaining and everything else. They're taking part of your soul. You only have so much to give every single day. Why waste it on that, guys? You know, when the plane's going down, they always say, you gotta put your gas mask on before you can don it on a kid. Why do they say that? Because you're no good to that fucking kid if you're dead. You gotta love yourself in order to love somebody else, guys. You gotta be whole and happy with who you are if you can never help somebody else out. People say, oh, it's selfish to just care about yourself. Well, if you need some fixing and reworking, it's not selfish, because you can get yourself better and then be able to really lend a hand in an honest way to somebody to really help them out. Anyone that's around you guys that's been for the last couple of years that's always complaining and this and that, kick them to the fucking curb, man. And if you guys are in an environment, a bad work situation, you know, you just don't want to leave it because you're like, oh, it's tough out there and everything else. But this fucking work environment is making me a psycho. And I come home and I just want to yell and scream. And it's a bad home environment now because of my work environment. You know, get that fucker out of there. It might be hard for a couple weeks, but either way, you'll find a new path, a new energy, and you'll find a sense of life again. Because last I looked, work is not about your life. It's about, you know, earning some income to have the means to do what you love to do and with the people you love to be around. So really look at not just the fat of your life, I mean, of your stomach, but the fat in your life, the people and the environments you're in. They're negative. They don't make you a better person. You're stronger if you cut the fat, cut them loose, man, throw them overboard.
So a few years ago, I used to work on an ambulance, and we pull up to some horrific car accidents, and we had to assess the scene. And we had this golden hour. That golden hour is very important. We had to get people loaded in the ambulance and get in the hospital. Every morning of our lives, we were in that golden hour. We are assessing the scene of our own personal lives. Are we fat? Are we lazy? Do we not want to accomplish anything in life? You have to assess yourself. After you assess yourself, you have to formulate a plan. That plan is to fix what the fuck is wrong with you. If you don't do that in life, you will continue just to lay there and die and rot away. So make sure you do one thing for yourself in life. Make sure you save yourself. Assess yourself and fix the problem. Stay hard.
And the idea of not starting things that I'm not gonna finish, that's what really resonated with me the most. So like, I started a lot of stuff that I didn't complete in the younger years. That was me and my mom's battle. No, you're gonna finish it, and she would make me finish it. Now I wanna quit. No, you're gonna finish it. So I ended up doing a lot of things with an attitude, which is why I half-assed it. But then as I got older, you realize, well, why are you putting time into something in the beginning that you don't wanna see through? Why? Or just because you have like a rough moment or a rough patch, why is it so easy for you to quit? Why is the idea of quit so quick to you to come up with, and why are you so comfortable with the results of that? I shouldn't be, and that shouldn't be my like motto. So we don't stop. If we start something, we see it the entire way through. At the end of it, even if you don't like it to the highest level, you know that you put your time, energy into something that you're at least proud that you did, proud that you were able to put a period on that sentence. And now you can start the next thing. But it's not until you complete something that you can honestly sit with yourself and go, that's what life is. That's called seeing things through the entire way.
But we still have a responsibility to ourselves to hold ourselves accountable and not feel sorry for ourselves. They worked so hard during the year. Take these time. You have more days off from work to spend time with your family. Find some time to get after it. Find some time to get in the gym. Study more. Improve yourself. Forget New Year's resolutions. Start today.